So this is a 6A form, the Potentially Hazardous Biological Agents Risk Assessment form. This is required for projects that involve microorganisms that are not exempt, rDNA, fresh and frozen tissue, including primary cell lines, humans, vertebrate animals, what have you. It's blood products, body fluids. This gets into an awful lot of stuff. Just real briefly, and there's more to it than this, but I can tell you this, that if a student is using, if the student is using like animal tissues that you can buy at the store, for example, you go down to Publix and you can buy a chicken liver or a beef heart or what have you, those are exempt from the 6A study. But if the cultures are obtained from medical facilities or online, what have you, then the 6A form is going to be required. It's quite a bit to do on this form. Name, title, project is on all of them. One asks you to identify the potentially hazardous biological agents, include sources, quantity, and the BSL level and the risk group. So of each organism. So if there's more than one, they need to list them all. And obviously, there's probably not enough room here to list all that. So most likely, as it says here, you're going to be attaching additional pages to do this form. Describe the site of experimentation, including the level of the BSL level of containment. Studies are BSL-1, BSL-2 studies on this. It's the only ones that the students can do. They cannot do anything above BSL-2. Middle schoolers can only do BSL-1 studies. High school students can do BSL-1, BSL-2. Most high school labs, most of them, are BSL-1, but some of them are not. And there is actually a checklist on the website where you can find you can check off to see whether you're a BSL-1 or BSL-2. I can assure you there are no BSL-1 labs in middle schools anywhere in Orange County, none that I know of. So BSL-1 and 2, these studies probably are not going to be done at school, especially in middle schools. Absolutely can't be done at home. No culturing, no anything like that at home can't be done. Don't even try. It's not going to be allowed. Most of these studies are done at universities, at UCF, at Valencia. They're done in doctors' labs. They're done in various labs around town and hospitals, what have you. But they're not going to be. They cannot be done at home. Cannot be done in most of the schools. It asks for the procedures to minimize risk. It asks for biosafety levels, again, BSL-1, BSL-2, and describe the method of disposal, culture. That's aseptic procedures. I want to get back to this. I want to go back to this BSL-1, BSL-2, just to say that middle schoolers, they can do a project that involved BSL-2 procedures. However, the qualified scientist or the designated supervisor on the project has to do the BSL-2 procedures. Student can be an observer, but they cannot do it. Classic example of BSL-2. You've cultured bacteria in a petri dish, and that petri dish is opened. As soon as that petri dish is opened, it's a BSL-2 study. Okay, student cannot do that. So student can't open the dish, take a culture out, and inoculate another culture or what. You just can't do it. So there are explicit rules of what the studies are, and there's lots of them that are listed in the the rule on the rule side in the ISEF, and as well as on the state side. Down below here, it's the designated supervisor or qualified scientist needs to identify cell lines, microorganisms. There's a part here for them to fill out, sign, and date. And then the bottom, very bottom part, section 4, is for the local SRC, the SRC IRB of Ying Expo, to sign off on. This form has to completely be done before the student can start their experimentation. So we need to see this form in October or November at the latest, and the student cannot start until everything's been approved of and signed off.